Now, we went ahead and completed waterfall model. Waterfall model failed very badly in the market because of the drawbacks, which I told you very clearly, right? So to overcome this problem, see what happened next. They came up with a new process called as spiral model. What is the new process? Please write down the heading quickly, everybody. Very simple and easy. Okay. So we came up with the next process called as spiral model. Let's see how this works. How do we overcome the drawback in spiral model, which we had it in waterfall model, and continue with the discussion. Is that clear? Now let's assume, guys, that we are ideally going to develop Gmail application. And what all features we have got in that is compose, inbox, sent items, right? Sent items, draft, right? And then what? Right. Now I want to develop the software. But developing the software, I have to use spiral process. What process I have to use? Now how the spiral process looks like, let's see here on this side. Now in spiral model, we first of all come up with 4 quadrants. The very first quadrant is requirement collection. What's the first quadrant? Second quadrant is design, coding, and what? Testing. Now how this works, let's understand. Imagine I go to the customer and I ask him, hey customer, give me the requirement. Customer replied, boss, I don't have full requirement with me. I've got only part of the requirement. Right now, I have got requirement only for compose feature. Who is telling this? What is he telling? That I've got requirement only for compose feature. Rest of the requirement is not there. So you do one thing, developer. You start developing compose feature. Meanwhile, I will go ahead and give you inbox feature. Which means my customer is giving requirement part by part. Because he doesn't have the whole requirement at once. So now please concentrate here. My customer is giving me the requirement only for compose feature. Now I am coming up with design only for what? Compose. You're coming up with coding only for compose. You're doing testing only for what? Once the testing is done, at the end of testing, call the customer. How will you call the customer? Hey customer, come here. Stand here. Look at the projector. Right? Give him the demo. If the customer is happy with the demo, what he will tell? Super. What he will tell? Super. After he tells super, next what? Party. After every hard work, you deserve some party. Whose money? Customer's money. Who is enjoying? You are enjoying. Now you went ahead, you partied, partying done. Next day morning again customer calls. Hey developer, come here. Now I have got requirement for inbox. Who is telling this? Now we are taking the requirement only for what? Inbox. Right? We are coming up with design only for. We are doing coding only for. We are doing testing. First test inbox feature. Then test how well they are integrated. At the end of testing, what you will do? How will you call the customer? Hey customer. Then what? Come here. Then what? Stand there. Then what? Look at the projector. Then what? Demo done. After demo. Wait man, party, useless fellow. Let the customer at least tell. Super. Yes or no? So now the customer will tell what? Super. After super? Party. After party? Next day morning. See, so easy process. Yes, no? Right? Next day morning again, he will give you requirement for sent items. Which means you're coming up with requirement only for sent items. You're coming up with design only for sent items. You're now doing coding for sent items. Then you're going to first test what? Sent items. Then you're going to check how well they are integrated. End of testing. What you will do? Call the customer. How will you call customer? A customer, come here. Then what? Stand there. Then what? Look at the projector. Then what? Customer, look at the demo. After demo, super. After super, party. Right? After party over, next day morning, again come up with what? Requirement only for draft. Come up with design only for draft. Coding for, testing for first draft feature. Then check how well it is integrated with the other features. What do we learn here? We learn here that in spiral model, software is developed part by part or in an iterative manner. Look at waterfall model. Full requirement should be gathered at once. Spiral model, yes or no? Do you get the first difference now? So let's first write down the definition and then continue with this. Write down. In spiral model, in spiral model, development, in spiral model, development of the software, development of the software is carried out in part wise or in part wise or iterative manner or iterative manner. Is carried out in part wise or iterative manner. Example, please write that down what you see on the board and then let's continue further. Alright, write down quickly. Don't do coloring there now. It will be quick. Fine. Let's continue. Now, see, when you're working with spiral model, the very first thing you need to understand that how the requirement changes are ideally handled. What's the very first thing we need to understand? How the requirement changes are ideally handled. Okay? Now, this is a pretty common thing which we should know. In interview they'll ask how requirement changes are handled in the spiral approach. Okay? Now, when I say requirement, see what I will be doing, I'll classify that into minor and major. What do you mean by this? Simple example. You see this classroom. You see the AC on the left side, right? Now, I want to relocate that AC from the left to right. What I want to do? Relocate that AC from left side to what? Right side. Now, making these changes, definitely I'll not call architect and tell the architect, hey, come here, architect, get the design document. Do you think in design it's written down AC is here? It's written down. No. Do you think all these silly details will be there in the design? Definitely not. Right? Definitely not. Now, if you want to relocate this AC, first of all, architect is not required. Design document is not required. Minor change will never alter your design document. Now, to relocate this AC, I require 100 people. Correct? Huh? How many? 2 people required. Right? One helper and the other person, main technician. 2 people are required. Who will relocate the AC? This is case 1, where we are doing a minor change and the building design is not impacted. Let's try to do a major change now. What I'll do now, you see the staircase here in this building? Let me demolish that staircase and reconstruct on the other side. Am I altering the structure of building? When the structure of building is altered, design will get impacted. When the design will get impacted? When the structural change happens. Right? To demolish that staircase, one person is enough? No. How many? At least 10 to 15. You break, so many bricks will be there. Manually pick that up. Relocate to the other side. Again, good bricks, reuse it. The bricks which is broken, throw it. Yes, no. Right? Any structural change impacts the design. A minor change doesn't. Please understand. A major change in software will impact design. A minor change in the software will not impact. For example, now let's see this here. This is how our spiral model looks like. We've got requirement collection, then design. Oh, nicely, already by hearted. Coding, then testing. Our customer gave the requirement. I'll take that requirement of what? Compose, come up with design for compose, do coding for compose, testing for. After the testing is done, we need to give the demo to customer. We are giving the demo to customer. Hey customer, see, compose feature oh, ready oh. Yes, no. Who is telling this? Developer to the customer. Customer looks at that and says, boss, subject, limitation, maximum 12 words. Right? It's accepting 100 words. Subject limitation should be only 12 words. Minor change. What is the change now? A very, very minor change is expected. Now to do that minor change, please understand, I will not carry out a separate iteration. What do you mean by that? I've got 100 employees. Will I tell all 100 employees to do that change? Change that limit from 100 words to 12. How many people required? 1. How many are remaining? If one is handling change, what 99 people will do? Enjoy Facebook, upload photo in shadi.com because naukri.com is over. What will 99 people do? I cannot keep them idle, right? So what I'll plan now, I'll plan like this. One person, you do what? Minor change. And use as fellow 99 people. You add what? New feature, and that is nothing but inbox. Correct? Now, when you're doing a minor change, will design get impacted? I removed this AC from here. You think I have to call the architect and tell change the design of building? No, the design will not get impacted for a minor change. This design is only for the new feature out here. Is it clear? For that design, come up with what? Coding. For that coding, do what? Testing. Now you are testing what? Minor change plus the new feature added. How well they are integrated. You see this how minor change is done? In the same iteration, changes are carried out plus new features are added. Minor changes does not impact the design. That is the policy out here. Did you get it? How to handle minor change? Okay. Now, anyways, people, before I start talking about major change, anyways, I've got some jokes with me, right? So let me share one of the joke. Tea break, because people are fainting and falling down. Ah, fall here, come, I'll jump. Right. Now, ideally, and in Mumbai and Pune, people attending my class, I've kept people for that. Right? If feeling sleepy, lie down. I'll tell Bharat to jump on you. Mumbai, Pune, Mohammed will jump on you. Spot death, I'll tell you. 2 3 days, people will cry. That's it. After that, what? Everybody will be busy with their life. Yes, no? Yes, sir? Okay. This joke is all about, ideally, a small kid quite irritated in life. Like how you are right now. No job. Jab, 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 jab. How to get job? Jab, jab. Started off. Don't want to do anything for that. But I want job. How? I want. I've gone to astrologer. He has given me one lemon. I've kept it in my pocket. That lemon will now what? Clear the interview. Okay. A small kid, quite irritated in his life. Everybody they scold him, tease him. He goes to school. All the friends they tease him. Left all alone. Everybody they're teasing him. Friends. Goes to classroom. Teacher also scolding. Where is the homework? Right? Stand up on the bench. Right? Hands up. Kneel down. Full exercise. Teacher also scolding him. Goes back home. Grandmother scolding. How much cartoon will you watch? One day you will become cartoon. Cartoon, cartoon, useless fellow, study. Mother, father, neighbors, everybody scolding him. Disappointed in life. When you're disappointed, now you will remember God. So this guy decided to sit in his room and start praying God. To ask God that give me one boon. Why is he praying? To ask the God, give me one boon. Whomever I tell you die, he should die. Who is asking this boon? Kid. So this kid is praying. God first thought, how can I come down and give him this boon? We know every God serial, God only creates problem, he only solves it then. Have you noticed? So this particular kid praying there, so sincerely, God could not control himself. Uncontrollable he became. He came down and looked at the kid and said, Tatastu. From today I give you that boon. Whomever you tell you die, he will die other than me. God went. This guy is now super kid. Next day he went to school. Friends are teasing him. He told his friend, you die, you die, you die. All friend dead. Went to classroom. Teacher scolding. You're targeting teacher well. I am seeing that. Very nicely. Right? Teacher scolding there. He told the teacher, ma'am, enough, you die. Ma'am dead. He goes back home. Grandmother scolding, scolding, scolding. Grandmother, you are now an antique piece. You die. Grandmother dhamar, gone. Late night, father came. Father is scolding. You did not sleep till now. Scolding. Who is scolding? Father. Kid was controlling. No, let me not do that. Father. Let me not do. Father. Who is doing this? Kid. He could not control for a very long time. Finally, he got up and said, Father, you die. Father did not die. Neighbor died. I don't know why neighbor died. Father is all right, no problem, but the neighbor is dumb or dead. I don't know what is the link between this. And do not try to draw the diagram and explain now. I said draw these diagrams and explain. Your friend did not understand, leave him. My question is very simple. That kid has got, some people did not understand at all. Still there, why he died, what happened? Useless fellow. Baby nursery kid you are or what? Right? Look at that now. Why did father die? Father did not die? Why did neighbor die? Analyze that after going home. Okay, now let's come back. Okay, after a small commercial break, let's start with the concept now. What is major change then? Minor change impacts the design while the major change does not impact the design. Correct? Huh? Wrongo, ulta. Yes, no, still in joke only. Huh? Okay, major change impacts the design. Let's see that here. Imagine this is where we are doing major change, requirement collection. Then we have got design, right? Design, then coding, then now look at that. Customer gave you requirement for compose. You came up with design for. You did coding for. You did testing for what? Customer looks at the demo and tells, useless fellow developer, everything is wrong. CC field not there. BCC not there. Attachment not there. All these features are missing. Who's telling this? To whom is it telling? Developer. It's a major change now. Now, major change to be done. Do I require one person or many people? Just like staircase. And when I demolish staircase, should I alter the design of building? When there is a major change, I cannot now make one person to do that. Which means the complete team is involved to do the major change. Whenever there is a major change, first destroy old design. Then come up with new. Don't overwrite. If you overwrite, again waterfall model then. So destroy, recreate new with what? Major changes. Did you get this now? For that new design, do the coding freshly. Older coding, gone. Is that clear now? Now test what? The major change. And the old testing is what? Gone. Is that clear, guys? Everybody now? Yes. Look at that. I'm not overwriting design. I'm destroying it, recreating it. Anyways, it's a small design. If I apply this, thing in waterfall model, requirement change, destroy the full design and recreate, project will never get over. Here I am removing design only for what? Did you get this now? Yes or no? Did you get it? Let's write these points. Write down. In spiral model, in spiral model, in spiral model, requirement changes, in spiral model, requirement changes can be handled in two ways. In spiral model, requirement changes can be handled in two ways. First one, minor change. Minor change. Under that, point number one. In the same iteration, in the same iteration, we carry out changes. In the same iteration, we carry out changes plus add new features. Plus add new features. In the same iteration, we carry out changes plus add what? New features. Next point. Minor change does not impact the design. Minor change does not impacts the design. Minor change does not impact what? The design. I hope like you're clear. Minor change does not impact the design. Okay, write this diagram. See this diagram? Write that down. Done? Now write down major change. Major change. Under that, separate iteration is carried out. Separate iteration is carried out in case of major change. Separate iteration is carried out in case of major change. In case of what? Major change. And the previous iteration is destroyed. And the previous iteration is destroyed. And the previous iteration is destroyed. Next point. Major change impacts the design. Major change impacts the design. Major change impacts what? The design. I hope like you're clear with this now. Let's proceed further. Okay. Now, write down the advantages then. Let's look at what is the advantages here. Oh, you need to write the diagram as well, right? Write the diagram then. Major change. You see this one? Write this diagram. Okay. Write down advantages. What is the advantage here now? Can I tell this? Every iteration is being tested or every phase is being tested. That's the first advantage. Yes, write that down. Advantage number 1. Every phase is being tested. Every phase is being tested. Every phase is being tested. Next advantage. Requirement changes can be handled easily. Requirement changes can be handled easily. Requirement changes can be handled easily. Next advantage. At the end of every iteration, at the end of every iteration, demo is given. At the end of every iteration, demo is given to the customer. Demo is given to the what? Customer. Is that clear? Yes. Then what is the disadvantage? Straightforward. Whenever the change has to be done, I have to destroy, restart. And that is time consuming. Yes, no. So can I write that disadvantage? Write on the disadvantage. It is time consuming. The disadvantage is it is time consuming. Is that clear? That is the disadvantage we see here with what? Spiral model. Now, interview question. Write down. What kind of projects, what kind of projects, what kind of projects spiral model is best suitable? What kind of projects spiral model is best suitable? Tell me. When the requirement is given part by part, spiral model is what? Best suitable. Did you get this now? Write down. When the requirement is given part by part, spiral model is best suitable. Spiral model is what? Best suitable. When the requirement is given part by part, spiral model is best suitable. I hope like you're clear with this. Yes. So with this now we have completed ideally what process?